Hello again, and welcome back to another edition of Quarantine Conversations. I'm Tim Merrick with the CDGA, and today we're joined by Rob Wuethrich, a junior golfer at Illinois Wesleyan University. Rob, appreciate you taking the time to join us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Looking forward to this.
Obviously, it's been a pretty different season for you, different school year for you in general. But let's start off with kind of the big news that's kind of been going around. We just found out the golf courses will open soon enough here in Illinois. They've been closed for about the last month here under some strict guidelines when they reopen. But just what are your initial thoughts on that, and kind of how have you been staying in shape and keeping your game kind of fit throughout this quarantine so far?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely great that we're opening back up kind of on schedule to what we kind of originally thought. I mean, understandable that we were closed, just kind of trying to keep everybody safe and everybody out of harm's way. But definitely think it's something that can come back and still be done in a safe manner. But just kind of, I mean, definitely big things, just kind of trying to keep a routine, just, keeping with, running, working on flexibility, working on some, doing some weights in the basement, just trying to do things that kind of are similar to what I would have done had we been, normal schedule. A lot of reading, just kind of working on the mental game. Just taking the approach of just kind of an off season, just kind of something I would have done in the winter, where I'm not swinging outside, just doing stuff indoors and, trying to just putting in the house with, some putting aids and stuff, but just, trying to find creative ways to kind of stay sharp.
Yeah, absolutely. I think everybody's trying to gauge their sense of whether they can get a mat or a net or something in there as that itch has kind of been coming back here lately. This year, obviously, was a bit of a different year, but last year you guys came off, you're coming into this year as defending national champions, the first in school history last year. What was kind of the mindset for the team coming into the season? And did you guys feel any type of pressure to kind of repeat or defend, or was that on your mind at all during the season?
Yeah, I mean, I think our goal is pretty similar to like what we've had the past couple of years, just making sure that we do the little things right and just kind of try to improve and play our best, which, I mean, try to keep the pressure kind of at bay. I mean, it definitely can get under you and think, we got to play well, ranked number one going into the season. So, I mean, kind of there was going to be pressure and stuff just in tournaments in general. So just trying to, kind of keep that at bay and, really not think about too much other than just going out and trying to, put our best foot forward and just staying patient and just knowing that, it was a long season and, the end goal was going to be in May. But I mean, I definitely think we did a good job of just going out and doing round by round, shot by shot, and just accomplish anything if we, put our mind to it and really practice hard and focused.
Absolutely. You touched on it there a little bit, but just this season in general, you guys, kept that success moving forward into this season. You guys had upwards of 5 wins as a team collectively. So just talk a little bit about how you touched on it there briefly, but talk a little bit about maybe some of those wins and how you guys were kind of able to ride that momentum into this season. And although shortened, capped it off as a successful season.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it was just a lot of just staying within ourselves and just making sure that we knew kind of what we needed to do to improve, like on the individual level. And then collectively that would improve the team as a whole. But I mean, I think it all starts with the culture and kind of the atmosphere that, I mean, Coach Ott has definitely had over the last 20 years and kind of improved. I mean, we're all so close as, teammates and, I mean, pretty much brothers. I mean, we're all there to do whatever we can for each other and to help each other improve and, be the best each other can be. So, I mean, I think that's probably the biggest key to all of our success over the years is just, being so close that, we're all willing to go out and just play our hardest for each other. And if we have a bad shot, it's just, I got to do this for my teammates because it's, the end goal is definitely the team win at the end. But,
Obviously, as a team, you guys were successful, and you personally and individually had a great season. I have my notes up here just because there's a bit of a list here of accolades that you kind of got garnered and gathered during the season here. Let's see, you never finished lower than 6th individually in a tournament. You won 3 of the events in which you appeared. You were named to the Division III Ping All-Central region team. And then just yesterday, you were named a Division III Ping All-American. Lastly, you finished the season as the number 1 ranked Division III golfer in the country, according to GolfStat. A long list of accolades. So first of all, congratulations on all of those. But just talk about what was working well for you this year, maybe over previous years, how you've kind of seen yourself progress, and what do those recognitions mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing, kind of personally, was just kind of trying to get out of my own way. I think in past years I've kind of had a difficulty of kind of letting shots kind of affect kind of future holes and future shots, and just kind of I've been getting in my own way and not letting myself really go out and play the game I can. Which that was kind of the big focus the past summer was just talking with different guys, alumni and current players even, just kind of about how to improve the mental game and just really make sure that when I'm overshot or just in a round, I'm really focused and making the best swing I can like for each shot. But I mean, I think another big thing for the success I've had is, I mean, just again, I mean, our team being so successful, and I mean, everybody on the team is just so driven to succeed and to be their best that it just helps everybody individually just want to be their best and push even harder. I mean, my roommate was also selected as a first team as well. I mean, so just having that kind of him pushing me to play my best was, I mean, awesome to have. And I mean, we all push each other to kind of strive for greatness. So I mean, it's definitely I mean, some of what I've done, but I mean, I definitely wouldn't have done anything without coaches and alumni and current teammates and stuff, which has been awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, again, congratulations on those accolades. We've touched on a little bit previously, but people might have heard or people know by now that the NCAA spring seasons were canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. How did you and your team kind of find out about that? What was the process like for that, and what's kind of been the reaction? Obviously, very unfortunate circumstances for you guys, but what was kind of the overall reaction from the team?
Yeah. I mean, finding out was a little tough for all of us. I mean, we were on our spring break trip. We just got done with a Division I tournament. We got second in. So, I mean, really positives going forward to, kind of the rest of the season. And then being down in Florida for our, for the tournament, beginning of the week, we were lucky enough to go to PGA National. The end of the week was where our Nationals course was going to be. So we were playing, we had 4 rounds set up for the Nationals course to kind of get, preparation for Nationals and kind of just get used to the course there. And so we found out all of us were playing. We were on the back 9. We were on the Bear Trap PGA National. So it was tough. I was playing with one of my good friends who's another junior, Andrew Abel, and we were playing with our dads. And we saw it initially and thought it was just the basketball that was canceled. And then we got it to where our coach was, and he kind of looked a little more disappointed than we were. And we figured out that it was done for us too. So it definitely stung a little bit, being on the Nationals course and everybody was playing well, and we just got off a big finish at a D1 tournament. So, but I mean, definitely the initial reaction was, I mean, it had to be negative. I mean, I don't think anybody really took it positively at first, but I mean, then just kind of just taking it day by day and just understanding that, I mean, it was for the benefit of kind of everybody else and making sure that everybody was safe. And I mean, it definitely was the right decision to make sure everybody's safe, healthy, and we can kind of move forward. But I mean, we've been in contact with everybody on the team, and I mean, everybody's positive, everybody's moving forward, and just I mean, we're all taking it really I mean, as good as we can, just understanding that we got to look at it positively and move forward and better ourselves than just sit there and complain and look at it in a negative light. So, I mean, definitely positive going forward, and just, I mean, it's the same for everybody. So if we can get out, looking at it better than others and improve a little more, then, I mean, we've done all we can. So.
Right. Absolutely. We've touched a little bit about experiences down there at Illinois Wesleyan. You've also competed a lot in numerous CDGA championships and events over the course of your career during the summers here. What about those championships kind of keep you coming back, and how has your recent success in those, a lot of top finishes there recently, how has that parlayed into your college experience? How can you take those experiences and translate those to your experiences on the golf course for Illinois Wesleyan?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first thing that keeps me coming back is just, I mean, the competition is amazing. I mean, state AMs and just different tournaments. I mean, everybody there can play. So, I mean, it's pretty much anybody's tournament, just who has the hot hand that week. So, I mean, just definitely competition is, I mean, one of the biggest things. I mean, I'd put Illinois golf up against any other state in the country. And then, I mean, just everybody who plays in them is also just great characters and great people too. I mean, had great, relationships with people I've played with in tournaments that I've, kept up and talked to. And I mean, you just learn a lot from everybody who plays in them. And I think that's definitely one thing that's helped me kind of throughout college is just, you play with guys who are more experienced than you and who have been there more. So, I mean, just even if it's just playing and watching how they react to a shot or how they, approach a hole or something, I mean, it definitely helps you just kind of build on what you've already learned and then just kind of take it to the next level. Which I think is just one great thing. I mean, about amateur golf is, I played with Tim Shepard last year in the state am, and I mean, he's way more experienced than me, but I was able to learn a lot from him. And I mean, it's great to be able to play with, not just, players my own age, but players that have more experience and that, I can really learn from. Like Mike Henry's a great example, who's somebody I've really looked up to and, gotten advice from and been in contact with and stuff, which I mean, has really helped just, going into college and playing rounds. And, if I come to something I maybe haven't experienced myself, I've been able to talk with somebody who has that experience, and I've been able to learn kind of beforehand. So, I mean, I think that's just one of the biggest things. I mean, the state am in 2018 when I got second, I mean, those last, 6 holes were, some of the more nerve wracking I've ever been. And I mean, then coming down the stretch at, the national championship, I mean, I had really high pressure experience under my belt. So just, feeding off of that and just knowing, I've been there, I know what I need to do.
Absolutely. Just kind of piggybacking off that question, obviously, I'm not sure if you had any CDGA events or championships planned for this summer prior to this, the situation going on around the world right now, but hopefully we're back on the golf course in time for some of these championships to go off. What was kind of your plans for this summer in terms of competing, maybe not just CDGA events, but maybe national events or anything other than that in terms of amateur events for you there?
Yeah, the first tournament kind of back for me. I signed up for the North South Am at Pinehurst. So that one I was able to get into. I'm hopefully an exempt player into that, if being top 10 in D3 gets kind of an invite, I would say. And being in the USAM last year at Pinehurst, that was a big kind of bump for me. Just I've been there, I kind of have some experience, so going in with some confidence. But then, I mean, USAM again, which I'll be doing at Weibring, which I think is one CDGA kind of helps put on. So that'll be kind of the first one of those. And then, I mean, State Am being exempt from last year, I'm really looking forward to that one again. I mean, I heard the, course is amazing. So definitely looking forward to that. And then actually going to do the CDGA 4-ball this year with Mike Henry in town. So looking forward to kind of learning a lot from him and seeing if we can, get something done.
Absolutely. I always look forward to those 4-ball events, just a different kind of variety from the single player events. But last question here for you, following this season that you're currently in, this year that you're in, you'll be entering your senior year at Illinois Wesleyan in your senior season. Kind of what are your goals and aspirations, not only from a golf perspective, but from a school perspective and beyond school? What are your kind of goals, whether it be on the golf course or off the golf course?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe that it's senior year already. I mean, it feels like yesterday I was kind of just, graduating high school or even a freshman in high school. So that's definitely a weird feeling. It definitely hasn't sunk in that I'm going to be a senior. But I mean, I think right now it's a lot of just focusing on school and making sure that I, get that, get the degree, do what I need to do there. And I think right now the plan's going to be to go to grad school. I'm going to kind of work towards my CPA. But I mean, again, kind of anything can happen. I mean, I had a great year this year in golf, so if I happen to follow up another one, even do a little better, I mean, definitely not off the table for something golf related after school. But I mean, as of now, I think just kind of focusing on getting the degree, getting a job, and still competing in some of these amateur events, I think is going to be kind of the focus. I've really enjoyed competing for state AMs and stuff like that. So I maybe kind of working towards adding my name to, a trophy or two. So, but I mean, anything can happen, and I'm just looking, kind of to take it month by month, day by day, shot by shot, but, definitely looking forward to the senior year and seeing what we can do.
Absolutely. Well, Rob, we appreciate you taking the time today away from what I know is a busy e-learning schedule, a new routine for you online. We look forward to seeing you hopefully at a CDG event in the near future, and obviously just keeping track of you during your senior season down there in Illinois Wesleyan. Just again, appreciate the time, and thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Really enjoyed it.